the most important Tracer matchups and how to win them. A lot of the time when you're playing Tracer, you will often find yourself in pretty much a 1v1 off to the side with a different hero, because you're always running around looking for picks, looking for fights, looking for something that you can kill. These are, in my opinion, the 5 most important 1v1s that you have to deal with on a daily basis. First off, we have McCree. Now, McCree is often seen as a direct counter to Tracer. However, if you do know how to fight him, you can definitely take him on. The first most important skill against McCree is strafing well. The better that you can AD/AD spam, the harder it's going to be for the McCree to hit your head. Now, beating McCree all comes down to baiting out the flashbang. While he has flashbang, it's very hard to actually get close enough to do real damage, and it's also easier for him to hit you because you're at an easier distance to shoot at instead of up in his face. So basically, when it comes to fighting McCree, you need to find that distance that is just slightly outside of flash range, but you can still shoot them. And that's the distance you generally want to be at until the flash is down. If you're bordering this line where you're just outside of flash range, sometimes they might throw it out anyway just because they think you're too close. And you can like poke in and out, backwards and forwards to make it seem like you're coming close so that they throw it out. The best way that I find to bait out the flash though is simply to do one blink forward and then blink backwards, almost instantaneously. Most of the time the McCree is just waiting for you to make that blink so that they can flash you and shoot you in the face. So as soon as you do make that first blink towards them, they'll just instantly throw out the flash. If you're pre-planning to blink back, then you've effectively baited it out, and then once it is down, you can jump all over his face. As soon as the flashbang is down, you want to be as close as possible, just run in circles on them and blinking around. You'll be able to do a lot more damage, and it's going to be a lot harder for the McCree to hit you in the face. But the fight generally becomes pretty easy as soon as flashbang is down. Next up is Soldier. Now, Soldier is a very difficult one. Even though he's not seen as a direct counter to Tracer like McCree, fighting him one-on-one is a right pain in the ass. The thing is about Soldier, he's almost unkillable if he has the healing station down. And he can also kill you really fast with a couple of headshots and a direct rocket, which does 120 damage. So basically, fighting Soldier comes down to like a checklist in your mind. First of all, you go in, you damage him a bit. If he drops the healing station and you haven't damaged him down to like below 25% HP, then you just get the fuck out of there. If he's on like 50% HP, you're probably not going to kill him while the healing station is still up. So just leave, either go behind a corner and come back after the healing station is down, or go somewhere else on the map. Just ignore the Soldier after you got the healing station out of him. If you did get him extremely low, below like 25%, and he drops the healing station, you can try one more clip to see if you can finish him off before getting out of there. Now, another thing to keep in mind against Soldier is that direct rockets can fuck you up, so you need to keep that in your mind as well. If you drop down to like 100 HP, you need to rewind to make sure you don't instantly die to the rockets, obviously only if the cooldown is ready. Overall, Soldier kind of becomes this weird fight where you're trying to bait out the healing station, and you're only really going to kill him if all of his cooldowns are down, or you get that first clip in and do a lot of damage. A lot of the time, it's best just to get the healing station out of him and then go find a new target. Next up is Roadhog. Roadhog can be a lot of fun for Tracer and also really frustrating to fight. Most Roadhogs will generally throw out the hook as soon as they make eye contact with you. However, higher level Roadhogs will be a bit more patient with the hook because they know most Tracers will instantly blink as soon as they see that they make eye contact with you. So as the first rule of engagement against a Roadhog, I would say, as soon as they make eye contact with you, blink, and then analyze the situation. If they didn't throw out the hook on the first blink, they're probably going to be extremely patient with the hook. So you don't need to start blinking like crazy. At this point, it does become kind of a strange mind game, but usually the patient hog players will wait until all of your blinks and rewinds are down. So you want to take time between your blinks, but not long enough that it really baits out the hook. You can also keep a longer range which you can react to the hook with. If you keep about a 15-meter range, you will generally be doing a bit less damage, but you can reactionary blink against the hook. As soon as you see it come out, you can just blink, and if you're a little bit closer, you can't do that because the travel time is too short for a reactionary blink. So as you might have guessed, a lot of fighting Roadhog comes down to baiting the hook. The other frustrating part about Roadhog is that his shotgun can one-shot you very easily, so you need to be strafing well and you need to keep the right distance. I would say that if Hook is online, then play around 15 meters so you can still get good hits in but also reactionary blink against the Hook. And then if Hook is offline, you want to be close enough so that the right click doesn't split, but also far enough away so that left click can't one-shot you. This zone is very hard to find and will cause you a lot of frustrating deaths, but that's generally how you do it. Roadhog overall can be a great target, and if the enemy Roadhog player is not that good, it can be just pretty much free ultimate charge if you can just bait out the Hook every time. You will gain ultimate so fast on Roadhog that sometimes you can just throw a bomb on him to finish him off, if he's healing and you feel like it's going to be worth it. Next up is Ana. Now luckily for you guys, Ana got nerfed about 2 days ago. She now does less damage with her left click, which makes her a much easier fight. However, Ana does still have a lot of utility that can fuck you up. Once again, we have one skill that we have to worry about, that we have to bait out, and that is the sleep dart. Similar to Roadhogs, Ana players will generally throw out the sleep dart very early in the fight. If you make eye contact with an Ana player, I would immediately go for a blink to the left or right. Then after that, I will do a lot of strafing. Then after that, I would do a lot of strafing and throw in some blinks here and there without going crazy on them. The next thing you have to worry about with Ana is the grenade, and you can deal with this very simply. Basically, you don't want to get close enough to the Ana that she can grenade both herself and you. You want to make her use it either offensively or on herself to heal her. You don't want it to get value of both the offense and the defense properties of the grenade. If you do have a lot of blink charges and sleep dart is down, you could do something like you do against McCree, where you blink in, blink out to try and bait the grenade on herself, but otherwise it pretty much just comes down to keeping the range against Ana. You want to be close, but not too close. Next up is the Zenyatta 1v1. Now Zenyatta is a beautiful target for Tracer to farm. Whenever there's a Zenyatta on the enemy team, I get pretty excited. He's easy to kill. However, you do need to know how to fight him, otherwise he'll easily screw you up with his balls. They do a lot of damage with Discord on, and they're very easy for the Zenyatta to hit since they're a projectile with a very large hitbox. So you don't have much to worry about with Zenyatta. You have no abilities that you have to bait out. It's all just the fight. Left clicks only, to the death. So this fight all comes down to confusing the enemy Zenyatta with your movement. And the way I fight Zenyatas is very simple. I just get close enough to them to do damage, and then I blink past them, do a 180, start shooting them again, and if they turn round, then I blink past them again, do a 180, and shoot them again. This will usually leave them in a very confused state where they're kind of just spinning around trying to find you. And as long as you can pull off those 180s very swiftly, it'll leave you in a great position to just kill him. He's not going to be hitting many headshots with his balls while he's just spinning around. Another little trick you can do is just blink straight past them and then blink straight back. Only really do this if you have 3 blinks. This is an easy way to confuse the enemy Zenyatta without having to readjust your aim by doing a 180. They'll be looking around to try and find you, but your crosshair will be in the same place. Easy peasy. Anyway guys, that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.